Hey, yeah, this is Madam. Thank you for tuning in to this video. I do appreciate it, and happy holidays to everyone that is celebrating or Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and all of the other practice holidays. So, it's about the Black Widow. She was dubbed a Maryland woman who married two of her former husbands and her lover. If you ever been on the spiritual side of TikTok or in some sectors of YouTube, you would have heard of this woman. It says Black Widow who killed three lovers for life insurance, freed via Biden's historic clemency incentive, leaving former prosecutor peed off. I will definitely list the article writer and all of the additional details in the description as I always do. But it says a Maryland woman dubbed the Black Widow, who was suspected of unaliving two of her ex-husbands and another lover, was freed by President Biden on Wednesday, and his latest clemency incentive extended for non-violent criminal offenders, a move that left her former prosecutor peed off. Her Josephine Gray, a grandmother who was known for wearing flashy clothes, was put behind bars for 40 years in 2002 for insurance fraud relating to the deaths of three men between 1974 and 1996. Investigators at the time said she either assisted or unalived her lovers and found voodoo material like dolls filled with needles. Okay? It goes on to say she was initially charged with the unalivings, but was convicted on federal insurance fraud charges and avoided another unaliving trial after her attorney argued she would likely expire in prison, as she was 55 years old at the time. But to the prosecutor's surprise, she was freed after she found herself on Biden's long list of 1,499 commutations, which the White House celebrated as the largest presidential clemency in modern history. This doesn't feel like a rule of law moment for the Biden administration, James Trusty, who prosecuted Gray in Maryland, told the Washington Free Beacon. It peed me off, as you can imagine. All of Gray's suspected victims were found shot unalived in their cars, including a lover of 6 years and two former husbands. Now, she had two former husbands, but the third one that they keep saying that was her lover was actually her nephew that she had took in. It goes into vast detail of how it did. If I remember any of the content creators that were on TikTok that are also on YouTube, I will definitely list them below. But all you have to do is type in Josephine Gray and you will find some really good commentary in terms of how it was broken down and the events that led up to it, and more about the voodoo side of it as well. So definitely go check that out. But continuing with the article, it says, like a black widow spider, she basically kills her mates. And in this particular case, she did it 3 times. Douglas Glanster, Montgomery County State's attorney, told NBC's Today's Show in 2002. Clarence Gooden was Gray's lover before he was found unalive. His brother Leron Good said he was not surprised about the charges in 2002, given her past behavior. Sometimes you can sit in church and look at a person and see something else in them, he said. You can see the devil come out of Josephine. Gray was also suspicious. Apologies. Gray was also suspected of unaliving 2 of her husbands, Norman Stibleton Stibulin, her first was found unalived in his car in Maryland in 1974. Her second husband, William Gray, was also found unalived in the trunk of his car in 1996. The investigators claiming she had convinced Clarence Gray to unalive him. Clarence Gray was also found unalived in his car in 1996. The White House did not respond to why Gray was on the list at all. I'm assuming. America was built on the promise of the possibility of second chances, Biden said in a statement about his clemency initiative. I have the great privilege of extending mercy to people who have demonstrated remorse and rehabilitation, restoring opportunities for Americans to participate in daily life and contribute to their communities. I will take more steps in the weeks ahead. My administration will continue to reviewing clemency petitions to advance equal justice under the law. Now, mind you, when this woman was being prosecuted, when all of this was going down and things like that, it just seems like when they figured it all out, the reason why it was so hard to literally get her on the unaliving of the actual people that either helped or participated or ultimately became a victim is because every time that they had evidence or a witness testimony, is like something would happen. It was always something suspicious that happened in terms of, having the evidence or having a witness and things like that. Like the case took a lot of turns and twists and turns. That's why ultimately I believe they were able to convict her because she had taken insurance policies out on each one of these people. Her first husband, if I can remember a bit of that, they were together and, she soon got tired of him. She was definitely having, out of marital activities with other people. Which was known. And in the two husbands' cases, they had literally told family members, I believe they did a statement from one of the men's children, speaking on how when he was away out of her presence, he was a totally different person. He was much calmer. He didn't have anxiety or anger issues and things like that. But as soon as he went back under her, her presence and stuff like that, and just being around her, he became a totally different individual. So there's that. Like I said, you can always type this in and Google in her name, Josephine Gray. She was definitely known as a a witch down here, but as always, they try to keep that out of it. Not saying that it played a significant part. Who knows? It may or may not, but it's definitely prevalent from what the evidence that they found when they actually, went in her house and things of that nature, and how it was deeply tied into her life. So, I mean, it's all about perception and what you feel. So, that's pretty much it. He let her out. And why? A good question is, why would she be on that list? Because there's no reason for her to have been on that list. To my knowledge, she's never expressed remorse, only her innocence and that she was being unfairly treated. I don't think she ever expressed any remorse for any of the victims. So, hey, it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. I definitely would like to hear from you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. As always, thank you so much. I truly do appreciate you watching this video. It really does mean a lot. Happy holidays to everyone. I hope you have a safe and fun holiday, even if it's just spending time with a small circle of friends, family, or even by yourself. Find the joy and peace in every moment. Okay? And with that, you guys, thank you so much. I will get with you in the next video.
The blueprint is not a beat. Mr. Get off, I get off him.